Hey, what's going on guys, Migzuba here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at a mono-red Goblins deck for Standard 2022. So I tried out Boros Goblins for a little bit using Rally the Ranks and Showdown of the Skulls, but that deck's mana was just abysmal. It also didn't let us run many manlands, and I tried to run some manlands, which is why maybe that didn't work out so well. I basically tried to be uber greedy, run a snow mana base with the Faceless Havens, one Den of the Bugbear, a bunch of dual lands, and the Boros cards I just mentioned. It didn't work, put it that way. I even tried it without the snow mana base. It was not very good. So I've settled on mono red after doing a bunch of testing with Boros, and this deck, while it isn't crazy, it's like a solid tier 3, if not 2 deck for the format. We got a bunch of new Goblin support from the new D&D set, so we can go over it, but basically you just act as a tribal mono red deck and try to get your opponent dead as fast as possible. We have the Hobgoblin Bandit Lord, so 3 mana 2/3, Goblin Lord, literally other goblins you control get +1/+1. And for a red and a tap, it deals damage equal to the number of goblins that enter the battlefield under your control this turn to any target. So this can be used as a sort of finisher. It gives you a bit of extra reach, but honestly, even if this card just said other goblins you control get +1/+1, we'd play 4 of it in the Goblin Tribal deck. It's just a little added bonus. We have one Hulking Bugbear to give the deck some more haste. It's just a 3 mana 3/3 that grows, or that can be larger depending on if you have lords, is good. It's a nice little finisher. It gives our deck, like I said, some more reach, which sometimes we need. I typically get the opponent to like 4 to 6 life around like turn 5, and then you just need a little extra like oomph to kill them, whether that be a manland, a hasty bugbear, a royal eruption, a battlecry goblin. I feel like a lot of the time you just need a little push to get over the finish line. Other new card, you see a pair of goblins. So I like this card. It lets the deck be a lot more versatile. We can play a lot more instant speed, making goblins at instant speed, than playing a lord on our turn and making a bunch of, well, pumping them up to 2/2s. You can also use this as a finisher, basically just being a +2/+0 for the whole team. We are a goblins deck, we generate a lot of tokens, and we go pretty wide. So I like this as a 3 of. What other new cards do we have? We have Battlecry Goblin. Honestly, this card is really good. Like, 2 mana 2/2 Goblin, 1 in a red. Other goblins you control get +1/+0 and haste until end of turn. And then Pack Tactics, whenever it attacks and you have creatures with 6 or power 6 or greater, total power 6 or greater, Jesus, you guys know what Pack Tactics does. You create a 1/1 red goblin creature token that's tapped and attacking. So this card is a mana sink. It grows your entire team, acting as a pseudo lord, a lot like Soaring Thought Thief does. Gives anything you need to haste and creates more goblins that if you have lords can get even bigger. So really, really key part of the deck. We have a bunch of new cards. I didn't even realize how many new D&D cards we had. Hobgoblin Captain, Pack Tactics, it gets First Strike. It's basically just here as a 2 mana 3/1 goblin. If you go into the search bar here and type goblin, you'll see we don't have many good ones. So we're basically just playing the best ones that we have. The Javelineer, whenever it becomes blocked, it deals 1 damage to target creature blocking it. So basically it can attack into 1/1s profitably, and it can attack into 2/2s and trade. It also has haste, gets bigger because you're lords. It's like a fine 1-drop. I think that's it for the new cards. I mean, we also have the Den of the Bugbear, which helps that it is a goblin, right? Because we have a bunch of lords in the deck. So that's another reason to play mono red. You get 8 manlands, which can really help you close out games. One of them is a tribal manland, one of them is a more powerful vigilant manland. The rest of the deck is just more cheap goblins and goblin lords. We have Fireblade Charger. Because you beef up your creatures a lot, this thing can hit for a lot of damage. It can become like a 3/3 pretty easily. Then when it dies, you hit something for 3 damage. I really like Fireblade Charger in the deck. You have Tin Street Cadet. If they block it, you get a 1/1. Again, you go pretty wide. It's not a bad one. We don't have that many good goblins. Frostbite because we're a snow deck. Royal Eruption to give our deck a little bit more reach. You can always kick it for 8 if it ever comes to that and deal 5 damage to something. This is a sorcery speed spell. At instant speed, it'd just be a better lightning strike. But I think it's fine. It's not ideal, but it's an okay placeholder in the deck. And we have Trash Master. You can blow up a goblin to blow up an artifact, but really it's here as a 4 mana lord for your goblins. And this card, along with this card, are only legal in best of 1, so you can play them forever in the format, which is why we can run this. Also, I don't want to craft 2 more M19 Trash Masters or 2 more Arena Trash Masters, so we have like a weird kind of like 2 and 2, but really it's just a 4 of. Mana base is 16 Snowlands, 4 Faceless Haven, and 4 Den of the Bugbear. Sequencing with that land can be a bit awkward because it enters tapped, and sometimes you really want your 3 snow permanents, and sometimes you really want your 4 because 3 and Faceless Haven, but you get to figure it out. Honestly, I definitely think it's worth running the 4 non-snow lands in this deck. So anyways, guys, if you like the deck, be sure to drop a like on the video. It will be in the description down below as always, and consider subscribing. It motivates me to make more content. So that's going to be it for me, guys. Let's get into some games. Okay, let's go. Nice. 1, 2. We'll see if we could find anything on 3. Maybe use Royal Eruption. And Trash Master on 4. Let's see what we're up against. I don't really want to use Royal Eruption on 2. Boros Goblins. Okay, hear me out. I've tried Boros Goblins. It is not consistent enough. Like, I honestly have made the effort. We'll see if it pays off for them in this matchup. They seem to have no mana issues. But we have the advantage of having Frostbite and Snowlands. Oh, that's really aggressive. Your go, opponent. We know they have the untapped land into a in-street cadet. Okay. Do I just Royal Eruption this to get a good attack in? I don't really want to, because I know they have lords that are important to remove. And now we have to ask ourselves, do I play this tapped and then risk not animating Haven on 4? I think so, because we're not using our mana in any other way. But they have so many lords. Okay, I think we have to keep pushing in damage. Attack with the cadet, play Den tap to get in there. I could also start holding back the Fireblade Charger, just because if it blocks the Raging Goblin, it removes the Goblin Javelinier. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Okay, we're gonna get this guy off Summoning Sickness. Now, do we play Battlecry Goblin? Or do we just get down the Trash Master? Battlecry Goblin plus Pump doesn't seem horrible. But we can always do that next turn. I think we get down the Trash Master. And if the opponent wants to block the Fireblade Charger with the Bandit Lord, then we still get to remove it. Okay, opponent's down to 9. And we have either a Manland or a Battlecry Goblin coming up next turn. We also have, what, one more Royal Eruption in the deck, just to give it more reach. Okay. And they have their own Trash Master. So this would take me to 2. Down to 2 I go. Are they dead? I think they're dead, right? Land, and then let's say they block the 4-powered creature. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, they're dead as hell. Okay, so we go this into... No, yeah, we start with Javelinier, into Battlecry Goblin, into Activate, and we go face. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. And that's what I mean with consistency issues. I have had absolutely no issues curving out with mono red, but with Boros, I've had a ton of problems. Okay, we're on the draw. We have double 1-drop into double 3-drop. Interesting. I think we start out on the Snowland and see from there. If we draw like a 3rd snow source and see a reason for Frostbite to need to be online, then we can, use it. We can play the Den later, but right now we have Sultai mana. Let's just be mana efficient. We have Lord and a haste threat. Haste threat seems relevant. Okay. So I can play the Lord, or I can play, like, Charger and activate this. Or I can play another Haster. I kind of like playing another Haster, although it is pretty low impact. Let's play the Charger, and then use the Battlecry Goblins ability against what looks like Sultai control. Get another 1/1, and save our resources. Behold the multiverse, okay. Now they pretty much need a sweeper, and they're digging for it. And I still have a ton of cards left, including a manland. And that's it, let's go. Opponent doesn't find their sweeper, and goblins do the goblin thing. Okay, on the draw, we have a sweet curve, let's go. Oh, sorry, on the play, what am I saying? I've just been on the draw the past like 3-4 games, so I got that in my head a little bit. Against Demir, okay? Let's not show them the Faceless Haven yet, but we're probably going to show it to them next turn. Just to get it off Summoning Sickness. Now, do we play the Lord, or do we hold up You See a Pair of Goblins? Kind of like playing the Lord here. If they have Flunk, so be it. Jwaris, ouch. That's a tough Jwaris. But hopefully they get punished on land for that. Okay, 3 mana. Blood Chief's Thirst. Opponent's draw's been good. There's no getting around that. Okay, they foretell, meaning I feel pretty good about playing Battlecry Goblin and activating here. And putting them to 10. I'd rather use Faceless Haven when they have mana open. If I draw untapped land here, I can go You See a Pair of Goblins into Battlecry Goblin's haste ability. I can animate Faceless Haven right now, and I kind of think that's the play. Or I could just play the Hobgoblin, beef up the squad. We put them down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put them down to 5. Then we have Faceless Haven as a sort of finisher. This plays around Jwaris. Sorry, yeah, this plays around Jwaris. Does not play around another hard counter. Okay, I'm gonna go for the Hobgoblin. If they have Soul Shatter, they can use it now or later. And they don't know... Okay, they have a counter spell. That's fine. Because they still take 3 and they have to answer my board. Like, if they play land Shadow's Verdict, that's fine. I can Frostbite for essentially what would be 1 point of damage. I don't think that's worth it. Yeah, -2 to face. Let's go. So, do I put them even lower? Or do I instant speed You See a Pair of Goblins? Maybe I should have frostbitten my own Charger. Then they would have been at 6. Tough call. So do we just get in there and force them to have an answer for the Haven? You know what? Let's do it. We know this is a guaranteed 4 points of damage. So they're dead to Royal Eruption now. They're dead to, I mean, a fair bunch of stuff. We have the Hasty Goblin, and this is all accounting for the fact that they may or may not have an answer for the Faceless Haven. So yeah, nice control game. Okay, we're on the draw. Opponent took a mulligan. Let's go. 3 lands. We have Den as a manland. We don't have any snow payoff right now, so we can just get this down on 1, but I typically like to get it down on 2. seeing what I draw regarding like frostbites and stuff like that. Javelineer. Like if I draw Frostbite or Haven, I'm gonna feel more inclined to get this down later. Simic, Frostburst, and Keeper. Okay. Yeah. I attack. So, kind of regretting getting this down on one, honestly, because we have double Trash Master. So we might have to play this a little bit awkwardly. Okay, that's good. That's untapped land on turn 4. At least at some point during this interaction. If they block anything, I'm happy. No blocks, okay. Let's get the Snowland down. I like getting my Havens down around turn 3-4 to make sure they get off Summoning Sickness. Tapped Hall of the Storm Giants. Any attacks? No attacks, okay. Let's make the Gobos. If they counter this, that's completely fine. We have double Trash Master. They divide it back to my hand. Again, completely fine. It means we can have the flexibility of getting a pump effect or just having more Goblins. Trash Master, we know it's going to hit the board. And we get in there. I can also blow up a Goblin to blow up a treasure. And if they're struggling on mana and have like 6 lands, I might just blow up that treasure. Pest Summoning. Okay, bunch of blockers. Bunch of life. I know. Opponent has 3 mana. What are you going to do with it? Does not look like anything. I guess we'd be mana efficient and just play out second Trash Master. I mean, they might play a Cyclone Summoner and just bounce everything to hand. But I think it's better to use 4 mana than 3. Especially because we're still hitting our lands. I'm guessing we see some chump blocks here. Any blocks? If they block, whatever they block with the Javelineer dies. If they block the Cadet, I get another Goblin. Into the Royal. How much mana did they spend? 2 mana? Do I sacrifice a Trash Master to blow up this treasure? It's a tough call. Honestly, it's a tough call. Because they can have Cyclone Summoner or Coma as top end. But I kind of like still having my Trash Masters. Okay, I'm gonna let this go to my hand. More of a tempo swing than anything. Chump. They double block that. Sure. Let's take out a Pest. Yeah, not the best block they've made. They get a bit more life, but it's fine. We clear out the Pests. Play our land, say go. We need another Snow Source to start animating the Faceless Haven. Cultivator, okay? And ideally I would draw an untapped land here. I really want to be able to double spell. Foretell. Uh-oh, that's an Alrund's Epiphany. Third Trash Master. The other option is this, and then nothing else. So, Trash Master returns. And we attack here, and definitely here. Now, are we attacking with the Cadet? We're essentially trading the... Like, they can chump with the Cultivator, but we get another 3/3 and push in 3 points of damage. I think this is worth it. Yep. Basically replaces itself and does 3 more damage to the opponent. Okay. They have 7 mana here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, is that not the card in Foretell? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, what? Why'd that cost them 7 mana? Unless they just played tap land. Maybe I'm tripping. Okay. Yeah, that wasn't the card. That was the card in Foretell. Double Epiphany. I mean, it's annoying, but unless they draw something like Coma or Cyclone Summoner, we're still in it. Oh, they get in there? Yeah, they get in there. The turn's just gonna reset. It's 2 free points of damage. Land. Cultivator. Okay. So, opponent has a lot of blockers. This Innkeeper is being really annoying. It's gaining them a ton of life. Let's go. Attack me. Come on. Land 7. Land 7. I think we just play 3rd Trash Master. Right? Make everything big. Do I play this too? Or do I hold open, you see a pair of goblins? They know it can come. I think we just make everything massive. And essentially force them into a position where they need to top deck a Cyclone Summoner. Opponent making the blocks. Yup. Block with your Innkeeper. Come on now. They do. So, how many... What am I taking out here? Am I taking out the Cultivator and 2 birds? I think so. Versus here, I'm taking out the Cultivator. I think I'm taking out everything here, right? Yeah. Okay, go to damage. Down to 3. Okay, your go, opponent. Mordekainen. Good game. Yeah, we just go around that, especially with the creature lands and the UC a pair of goblins. They draw 2. I don't think there's anything for 4 mana that they can do that would save them. GG's. And that's the issue that I have with ramp. You can ramp, but if you don't hit your payoff, it doesn't really do much. Okay, I mean, slow-ish hand. We have 4 mana. Goblin on 2. Hopefully the opponent gives me a Frostbite target on 1. Mulligan. Okay, nice. And we can just play this on 3 and make 2 1/1s. So let's see what we're up against. Land go. Man. Oh, I hate this matchup so much, guys. You have no idea how much I hate the Orzhov Treasure Snow deck. It's such a bad matchup for the deck. But double Hobgoblin Bandit Lord off the top is nice. Along with all this aggression, like, it makes me feel better. The main reason I hate the matchup is because they have... Maybe it's not that matchup. Anyways, the main reason I hate that matchup is because they have cards like the Skullport Merchant, which block my goblins really freaking well. Let's remove this. One-ones or Bandit Lord. We're coming up on a Crippling Fear turn. I think we just play the goblins at instant speed. And then next turn we can slam the Lord, have a bunch of high-powered goblins. For an aggro deck, we have a lot of decisions to make, like knowing if we want to make 1/1s, play a Lord, animate a Faceless Haven, pump the team. Like, I think that's why I like this deck over other aggro decks, is because, well, it's pretty deep. Alright. Apparition. Make 1/1s. Lord. Attack. They missed a land, which is nice for us. If they don't block now, then our tokens are going to get too big. Alright, your go. They could be dead to you see a pair of goblins next turn. Let's see. Crippling Fear. They actually did run Crippling Fear. I'm in shock. Okay. Alright. Any attacks? Land off the top. I wonder what kind of turn this is. Is this just Faceless Haven Smash? Oh, it's tough. If we had one more mana, we could do so many things. It could be Faceless Haven Smash, and if they don't have an answer for it, they're in trouble. We can also play Hobgoblin, pass, and if I draw a land next turn... No, that doesn't work. We need 7 mana to do that. I was going to say play you see a pair of goblins after animating and attacking with Faceless Haven, then we burn them for 2. I'm honestly just going to go with this. Either they go to 2 or take a chump block. I'm pretty happy with that chump block. Okay, more snow mana. So those last 2 lands came off the top. 3 is Retribution, alright. Alright. Oh man, it's such a close game. Such a freaking close game. I can play Trash Master, doesn't do anything. Goblin Lord doesn't do anything. I think it's Faceless Haven and we attack with both. They can block this and then go to 2. Or they can block my land. They block my land, okay. And they go to 4. Which isn't great for us either, just because we are trying to pressure through damage, and I'm trying to get to 6 mana. If I start playing 1 threat a turn, we can be in trouble. I also can't exactly attack into a Faceless Haven. Unless I draw something like a Frostbite. Okay, they just foretold all, what's that card? The Angel card. Starnheim Unleashed. Removal spell? Okay, removal spell. That's land 6. Okay, their Starnheim Unleashed will make 1, 2... It'll make 2 goblin... Oh, sorry, 2 angels. I think I play the Trash Master. If I draw land, I can go Bandit Lord into you see a pair of goblins next turn. 3's Retribution essentially just made a 4/4, so not the best Retribution. This is a much, much more control-y shell of angels. I'm used to a more mid-rangey aggro style. This is more a control mid-range style. Yep, there's the Starnheim Unleashed that I was talking about before. Does that change anything? If I play Battlecry Goblin and activate, Then we're attacking with 2 4/4s and a 3/3. We can put them to 1. This is such a hard game, guys. If I don't attack, they just start clocking me in the air with these angels. I feel like I have to force them to block. I can play the Bandit Lord and the Battlecry Goblin. But then this is just a 4/4. We trade for 1 angel. Then I could technically play this and this next turn. You know what? If they don't trade for my Battlecry Goblin, then I can make more goblins next turn. So we're doing it. And knowing my opponent, they might just block Goblin and Goblin. Okay. And then we put them to 2. So this is the exact scenario where drawing my Royal Eruption would be sweet. We'll see if it comes... Oh, if it comes to help us. Also, I can potentially kill them with a Bandit Lord if it survives into a UC a pair of goblins. Right? We'll see. Also, just playing Bandit Lord means that this is a lethal threat. Make me discard 2. No, no, no. Do you have an answer for this? Okay. I play Fireblade Charger. Also a good draw. If it dies, we kill them. Unless they can gain life. Your go, opponent. 2 lethal threats. Fireblade Charger is a double lethal threat. Free as Retribution does not save them. And they scoop it up. Let's go. Good draw. But to be fair, we had a ton of ways to kill them there. Right? We had the Hasty Goblin. We had... It won't show me my untapped. I literally don't remember. I know we had Royal Eruption. We had the 2 mana one that can pump and give everything haste. We had some answers. We had some outs.